Good evening and welcome to the Kaplan Center for tonight's women's volleyball match. The Bard College Raptors are in town to play your Mount St. Mary College Knights for a non-conference clash. My name is Bob Houck and I'll be on the call on my lonesome for this volleyball home opener and Sickle Cell Awareness Night. We are waiting to get underway here as we have just announced lineups. The girls will take the court in just a minute. The Mount comes off a 3-0 victory over Yeshiva on Sunday, and Bard College comes off a 0-3 defeat to Emmanuel College on Saturday. The Mount on the right in white, Bard in black on the left. For those watching at home, welcome in. Your end lines or touch lines will be those very hard to see beige lines that are just beyond the foul areas, which are in dark blue. As the girls are getting sorted here, we will be underway in just a moment. An absentee of the Bard College Raptors, senior libero Ella Small, who is the third Raptor to join the 1000 Digs Club this weekend on Saturday, a film and French studies major, who I believe is not present and will be a loss for the Bard Raptors. The Mount not starting with a libero just yet. We'll see if one checks in. Starting with numerous hitters and two setters. For those back home, I believe that is a 6-2 as number 20. Sienna Pollock checks in for number 9, Brooke Lavelle. And I may be wrong, but I believe we are running two-setter formation as Bard I am actually unaware of. I apologize for my inexperience. First game of the season, as it is the first home game of the season, as is the first for the Knights. It's number 12. Sophia Fredericks will get us underway. Ball is pushed out of play, and the Louis Mount's point. I am corrected. Took a touch off a Mount hand, as it will be Bard's point. Number 7, Ava Reinhardt, will go to the line to serve. Service underway. A swing by Williams, and that'll be down for a point and kill for Janiyah Williams. She's on the board, and so are the Knights. Pollock checks back in as Janiyah Williams will be on the line with her left-handed swing. Heavy-handed jump serve as the ball gets ricocheted off the ceiling. And that is a service ace to start the match as there's some dance moves being broken out on the right side of the court. An exciting start for the Knights here as they are going to have to outserve the Bard Raptors. The Raptors having 100 service aces coming in tonight to the Mount 72. As Williams is back on the line to serve again. Other heavy-handed serve. As a tip comes through the line for number 13, Becca Wintgen, as that'll fall down for a kill, and it'll be Bard's ball once again. Freshman outside hitter Alex Beer checking in for the Raptors. Very strong outside hitter with a lot of kills this year on the line for the service for the Raptors. So works one into the net, all nylon, and that's going to be the Mount's ball straight back. Now the Mount's number 8, Erin Lima, will be on the line for the service. Ball dropped into the basket. A light swing over the line as the Mount will get a chance to attack. The ball will fall in for Caitlin Dillon, number 25. Just a rolled shot there that fell right on the line in the back. Maybe hard to see. It was on the line and the linesman was there all the way. Lima the service. A tip by Lavelle and a dig by Frederick as Dillon swings again. Bard to send in a free ball. A heavy swing by Lavelle. That's going to fall down for a kill. Swinging for the fences there. Shoves one straight to the block, and that's going to send Lima back to the line. And I have no color commentary, so I apologize for the dead space, but a very exciting match to start the night. A deep serve in. The heavy left-handed swing. And Wintjet with another kill to move the rotation and send number 0, Paula De La Cruz, to the service line. De La Cruz from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. A floater into the front line. Great dig by Simone. Rolled over by Williams. A back set. Dug up. Heavy swing by Simone. Puts it through the floorboards. That's going to be one for the Knights. A remarkable set out wide, and Simone let it eat. Put it straight through the defense, and it's going to hit the floor. And Dylan will be on the line for the service. Light one dropped in. De La Cruz with the set. Swing by number 12. Apologies on behind the play here. Another free ball coming over for the Mount. Gets given away. And a light one dropped in by Simone. That's going to get bottled around. That's going to be another point for the Knights. And it'll send Caitlin Dillon back to the line. I apologize for mixing up my rosters. Heavy swing in, and deflection is taken. Point for the Raptors. Lavelle and Vanessa Seymour there all the way on the block. Just could not seal it. Trickles out of bounds. And that will send Becca Wintjet to the line. Wintjen, I apologize. To the line for the service for the Raptors. Swing, a gorgeous middle ball, and Lavelle smashes it home. Seemed to be just a nice little two that floated right up top over the tape. Lavelle takes a hard swing at it, puts it straight between the eyes for the point for the Knights, and that'll send Simone to the line for the service. A dipping serve, and that's going to be a service ace. More dance moves from the Knights on their side. The Knights getting excited. Up 9-4 here early in this set. Nothing but energy coming from the blue half, as another service will be underway. A free ball incoming from Bard. See what the Knights will do with this. Back row swing from Simone gets dug up by the Raptors. Another dig by Simone. See what the Raptors will do with this. One too many touches. That's going to fall to the floor. That's going to be another Knights point. Simone making 3 straight digs there on that possession, and it's going to be Knights ball once again. Simone back on the line for the service. Very entertaining match here very early on. A lot of offense coming from the Knights. Bard with not much of an answer. A deep dripping serve. A high set is up. A hard right-handed swing that's dug up to the ceiling. The Knights will try and push it back. A hard swing from Williams gets trickled out of bounds off the Bard block. That's going to be the Knights' point. Deflection and 11th point of the set for the Knights. Hard swings coming from every angle for the Mount. A lot of hard hit balls. Simone changes sides of her service as she drops another one in. A push through 2 ball for number 12, Nyla Lawrence, I apologize. Number 12, Nyla Lawrence, pushes a through ball. 2 ball through, trickles down for a point. 5-11, Bard. As number 16, Nini Yelinas, will be on for the service. A deep swing, bottled reception, and a free ball for the Knights once again. Another heavy swing from Lavelle. The Mount calls protest for a touch. There is none. It'll go out of bounds and be Bard's ball. Vanessa Seymour, the senior setter, on that touch. Good set of hands there. Back row swing, very heavy from Simone, gets dug. Another heavy swing from Bard. Another heavy swing. Janiyah Williams absolutely hammers that home. Got the full extension there, torqued it through the block, put it down for a line shot, and that's going to be a point for the Knights. A monstrous, monstrous spike from Janiyah Williams there to move the momentum. As sophomore defensive specialist Ava Robles will step up to the line for the service. Deep serve pushed in, a middle ball dropped into the back and dug up. Williams with another kill. Wonderful set from Seymour. Williams gets a hand to it. That left-handed swing, hammering one home once again. And a timeout taken by Bard as the Mount will celebrate their way into the huddle. An exciting first 19 points here. Of course, for those who don't know, first of 25 wins in a volleyball match. This is the first home game of the season, so I figure I will lay it out for anyone who is unaware. Any boyfriends back home watching, any parents watching, welcome on in. Once again, I'm Bob Hauk. We are on timeout break right now. In 45 seconds, we will be back to the action. I do believe I see another notable absence, Carmen Merrick, who's the team's leading block getter at the moment. I do not believe I see her present with the Raptors, so the Raptors' two top players not present with them. If I'm mistaken, apologies, but I do not see her in the gym. As we will be back out for Robles back at the line once again. As the horn buzzes, you can probably hear through my microphone very loud. And we're back to the action. Robles drops one in low. And it's going to trickle down to the floor for a service ace. Another one for the Knights. More dance moves coming out. The bench explodes. And the Knights are up 14-6. A good start becoming a great start as the Knights keep on rolling. Another deep one dropped in. A funky left-handed swing gets trickled around, and the Knights aren't going to be able to put it back up. Bard with the point. I believe number 8, Zania Vasu, on the kill there. Paula De La Cruz on the set. 14, Fernanda Julian will be serving. Apologies for my minimal experience in names. I'm trying my very hardest. A heavy jump serve. Another heavy swing from Williams. That's going to trickle down for a waterfall. Actually, a waterfall down for a point. 15-7 Knights. Williams with another heavy swing. The girl never stops. Moorhead's checking in. It's number 12. Sophia Fredericks will be at the line for the service. A low floater hits the tape, trickles back towards the Knights' side. Going to be an error on the Knights. Going to be a Bard ball. Number 7, Ava Reinhardt to the line for the service. A lot of good signs for the Knights early here. Offense seems to be rolling, high flying, as you hope to see from the Knights. A deep set and a heavy swing from Williams. Another kill for Williams. This girl cannot be stopped. She's out of control. Not frequently do you see a left-handed swing on the opposite, or on the outside side, which is the side closest to the camera here. Usually you put a left-handed swing on the opposite side, which is the furthest. But Seems to be working just fine for Williams and crew. A heavy overhanded service gets punched into the nylon, which will make it 16-9. Knights. Bard's ball is number 3. Alex Beer will be back to the line for the service. Deep service dug up high. Another deep set. Dropped in by Simone. A good swing from Dylan, as that's going to drop down for a kill. Just got right over top of the block. Dylan just punched it home. Just a towering swing over the top of the defensive wall set up by Bard as Lima is on the line to serve once again. A rolling jump serve gets trickled in. A swing by Bard gets dug by the Knights. A heavy swing from far out from Simone gets spiked into the floor. That'll be Bard's ball. And an unlucky break there. Just a little early on the approach from my very minimal playing time in volleyball. Of course, I am not the one who's on a college court. De La Cruz, the service. Takes her time and lets it eat. Dug up by Simone. A fast break up the middle. Gorgeous ball set for the middle there. Brooke Lavelle hammers it home into the back corner. Linesman was there all the way. Kayla Dillon back to the line for the service. Awaits the whistle, and she will put us back into play here. A looping cross. And a push from Nyla. Lawrence will put that home for Bard. Trickle down. And Becca Wintgen will be back to the line for the service. I hope by at least the second or third set I will have these names memorized. Apologies for those back home who are expecting a little bit more professionalism from the gentleman in the booth. Left-handed service goes deep. Passed up. Gets knocked down. Knights can't get it back up. It's going to be 12-18 Bard. A tough service there starting in the right corner. Left-hand corner, I apologize. With a little bit of crossfire action coming from that left hand. Winchen drops in another one. A free ball is going to come over from the Knights. See what Bard does with this. Pushed down by Lavelle. Another kill. And the front line of Mount St. Mary is eating right now. Going absolutely nuts. Another kill for the hitters of the College of Mount St. Mary. I apologize, I'm jumping all over the place. As Simone's at the line for the service. A deep jump serve driven in. De La Cruz on the set. A hard swing. That gets faked and will fall down. Hard swing coming from Carmen Merrick, I believe. Okay, so I apologize. Carmen Merrick is here in attendance. That was my apologies. Ponytails do cover up the numbers, and I'm pretty far away from the action. Another service coming in from Simone here. 20-12 Knights. A deep ball driven in. It gets batted around. A free ball for the Knights. See what they do here. Another heavy swing. Gets deflected. Janiyah Williams with another kill. A gorgeous set for Vanessa Seymour. And the Knights continue to roll. As many of the teams here on campus love to say roll Knights. And that seems to be the only thing going on in Kaplan's gym right now. All quiet breaks down. A deep service in, a service ace, gets ricocheted off of Yelinas, and Simone has another one. Service underway. Broken up again. Simone with another service ace. Yelinas struggling here. Seems to be Simone has her spot picked out. Some emotes and dance moves break out from the bench here of the Knights. The excitement cannot be contained. Her spot gets hit again. Oh my goodness. Yelinas' number's been called 3 times. Simone has let it eat 3 times. 3 times has gotten home for a service ace. Match set point here, 24-12 Knights. Simone on the service. What in the world just got called here? Something rotationally got called on Bard. Point goes to the Knights. Set is over. Knights win 25-12 for the first set. A rampage from the Knights offense to start out this match. Wow. Wish I had a color person to talk to about this right now, but I'm all by myself, so I'll have to talk to you guys about it at the moment. Unbelievable first set there. I apologize, my mic has been sounding a little static. Apologies to those listening at home. I am no professional with sound quality. I'm just the guy behind the microphone. So we will be back in a minute. And we're back. 1 minute remaining on the change for the sets. Stat sheet has been delivered to me by our wonderful people who work the matches. Shout out you guys. I believe I'm looking at the women's softball team, unless I'm mistaken. Thank you very much, folks. And I am looking here. Janiyah Williams has 7 kills through that first match, or for that first set. That is remarkable. For those who don't know, 7 kills is a lot of kills. That's 7 swings and 7 balls that hit the floor on the Bard side. And Brooke Lavelle following in closely with 4 kills. That's a whole lot. Bard spreading out their attack. 2 kills for Nyla Lawrence and Becca Wintgen, respectively. So we are going to get underway here in just a moment. The Knights look to keep on rolling with hopes to get another win at home. First win at home. Non-conference matchup, of course. This does not affect Skyline standings, but it's never a bad thing to win a match anytime you're playing a match. Of course, the Knights overall 2-6 coming into tonight, so they would love to get another win into the winning column. Bard 3-6 coming into tonight, so both teams obviously would want to win here. Anyone wants to win, but one would hope. I want to win a little bit more when you're sporting a losing record. Bard will start with the ball here to start the second set. Number 14, Fernanda Julian, to send it away to get us started here. Back into the action we go. Heavy jump serve that gets spiked to the roof. The bump set and a swing from the back row. Simone's swing gets dug. A swing from Bard gets dug up. A free ball coming in from the Knights as I readjust into the action. A heavy swing up the middle. Ball bounces out of play. Number 8, Zania Basu with heavy swing down the pipe. Knocks it just a little bit out of bounds as Vanessa Seymour will be on the line to serve for the Knights. A deep jump serve comes in. A very nice bump. Hard swing gets bumped by the Knights. Low one dropped in. As the ball gets battered around just a tad bit there by the Knights. That'll tie up the set score here. As Becca Jen will be on the line to serve. An unlucky bounce there for the Knights. They hope to get rolling once again. The left-handed swing comes in deep. A heavy swing from Janai Williams. Hits the antenna. So you may see the linesmen spinning their flag in a circular motion. No, that does not mean home run. That means they hit the antenna. For those who don't know, if you hit the antenna, that is not your point, unfortunately. Even though it might come for a really cool swing. Another service driven in low here. A shanked pass and a free ball coming towards the Bard College side. A very, very funky swing from the middle there as the Knights try and push back. Dropped in low as the Knights try and reset. A quick middle swing as Bard digs it up. And a hard swing from Anika Flitty. I apologize. A very, very hard swing from the outside there. As Bard will keep this ball as they go up 3-1 in the set here. Jen to serve away. Out of bounds. It's going to be Knights ball. Just pushed it a little bit wide. Curled just a tad towards the Knight head there. As Williams will be onto the line for the service. A quicker start from Bard this time, but the Knights are trying to punch back. Of course, you want to keep yourself in the set at all times. A heavy service from Williams gets spiked into the nylon, just got on top of the ball. Tab too much. Definitely happens to the best of us, of course. I hit service far too hard, way too frequently, and put him into the net all the time. Alex Beer on the line on the far right of your screen to serve the ball away. Pushed around by the Knights, brought over to the Bard side. A tough swing there as Simone takes a rip. Another rip. Gets shanked, and that's a kill for Simone, who's fired up. Zalima will come to the line for the service, the senior libero. Keeping her girls in this match, letting them know what's up. A bona fide leader, one might say. A deep floater driven in here as that gets shanked back over towards the Knights side. Expected a ball to be played. Misjudged it, and that's going to fall down for a Bard point. Unlucky for the Knights. Paula de la Cruz on their far right of your screen in front of the Bard bench to serve this ball back into the Knights half. A little bit of a shanked pass there on the service as the ball gets trickled around, and that's going to be Bard's point. I do not believe that's a service ace for the Raptors, but I believe that will be an error on the Knights, if my volleyball scoring perceives me correctly. So another service is brought in low here. Far better pass this time. And a heavy swing from Dylan gets dug up. As an errant pass is going to be pushed far too deep by the Raptors. Pleading for a tip. Not going to get it. And that's going to be Knights ball. Caitlin Dillon on the line for the service. Freshman from Wantagh, New York. I think I pronounced that right. I'm not from the state. Away we go. A deep floater driven in. Trickled around, going to be pushed down. Raptors can't get it over. Knights point. Trying to push themselves back into the set any way possible. You just got to get one and start from there. 5-6 is your score here. If you can't see the scoreboard, I don't know if we have an overlay. I would presume we do. There's another one that's pushed in deep, trickled around. Oh, wonderful dump from Seymour. Genius there. Oh, my goodness. Carmen Merrick pushed the ball back over. Seymour had a one-time opportunity, jumped up, feinted for the middle there, and plopped it right down into the donut, as they call it. When you're getting coached, you are always told, do not leave the donut open. You never love giving up points in the open space. The service driven in hard here. And Bard is trickling the ball around. It's going to give it back to the Knights. Lavelle with a hard swing right down Broadway. An unbelievable play from the Knights. A gorgeous pass is set up for Seymour, dropping the, I would presume, a two-ball, something of the sort, up for Lavelle right there on the right side. Just hammers it home. And Dillon back for another service. The Knights have taken the lead here, 7-6. So another service is driven in deep. The Raptors coming off the opposite side here, trying to push something down. Backline swing from Williams is going to hit the tape and fall down for a kill. Whatever works. Seems to be what she's saying. A timeout is taken by the Raptors here. The Knights are going to celebrate their way into this huddle. And we're going to get a minute-long break here. An exciting start to this set. 8-6, much closer than the first one. Wowzers. Again, I'd spin it to a secondary gentleman or a woman, but I don't have one, so you're stuck with me on every break possible. The heavy swings from Mount's offense coming out in full force right now. Lavelle, Simone, and Williams letting Bard know who the heck they are. Not letting any errant passes go and putting home every set possible. Lindsay Viersma and Allison Reagan will rally the troops on the right side here of Bard College. The Raptors will retake the court, as so will the Knights, with some instruction from Skylar Kellum and Davian Torres. If I'm not mistaken, Torres is a first-year assistant with the Knights, but I could be totally wrong, as the serve is driven in deep. Something was called here. I believe the Raptors were standing on the midway line, or they were out of shape. There's, of course, regulations to where you can stand pre-serve, but you can move out of where you are initially supposed to be in your position. A hard swing from Simone is hit home, deflected off the back line. Simone with another booming kill. And that will send Caitlin Dillon back to the line here, as the Bard Raptors look to find answers after starting out the set up 2 points. Service driven in low here. An errant pass. Double swing from the Knights to try and put that back. Ball trickled in. The Knights will have a chance. Lavelle with an athletic play. She's going to push one home. Seymour with another wonderful set right on Broadway for Lavelle. Lavelle says, "Here I am," and punches it home. The Raptors aren't able to keep back up. Caitlin Dillon back to the line once again. Another great serve pushed in low. The Knights are going to have a chance. Lavelle hammers one home. Hammer might not be the best adjective there, but pushes it down with two hands, fundamental as it gets. That is just a perfect volleyball play there. Once the ball breaks that tape, you're allowed to touch it. Dillon again with the service. A harder one driven into the line here as deep service is out to Merrick. Dug up by the Mount. The Bard will try to reset. Lawrence with a heavy swing down Broadway. She's going to get one home. Fires up Bard's bench. Bard is going to have this ball back. 7-11 Bard. As Dillon, after a wonderful run, is going to get subbed out for here. For number 23, I believe that is. Aubriana Boyce. I could be completely wrong. I apologize. Ball pushed in by Simone. Given back to Bard. A heavy swing. A deflection off of the Knights block. Number 13, Becca Wintgen with the kill. And Anika Flitty will be back on the line for the service for the Raptors. I apologize, forgot what their mascot was. A heavy standing serve punched straight into the nylon. The Knights are going to get this ball back. Simone on the line for the service. Expect a heavy swing here coming from the jumping serve of Juliana. Ball driven in deep. A free ball for the Knights. They'll get a chance to reset here. Seymour with another one for Lavelle. Lavelle swings away. Bard recovers it. Another free ball for the Knights. Seymour drops in another one. Bard is not happy to keep digging all these balls. An attempted push by Wingen is going to go errant. And the Knights are running rampant here as they are pulling away 13-8 in the second set. That'll leave Simone back onto the line as Bard is trying to figure out their passing game here on defense. Got to keep it clean to get the kills. Starts with one pass, as my coach used to say. A heavy serve is driven just out of bounds. A wonderful read by Flitty as that ball is going to hit the non-inside part of the court. Number 16, Nini Julinas, will be to the line. Julinas from Lahtila, Finland. That is quite a place to be born. That is wonderful. The service is driven in here. A shallow pass by the Knights, not able to be punched back over for a free ball here. Bard's going to get the point, so it makes it 10-13. Bard trying to fight back with anything they could find. Another service is driven in, a much better pass from the Knights. The set comes out wide to Williams. Just pushed out of bounds. Bard's going to get the point. Of course, your double hand motion coming from your referees means it's out of play, for those who don't know. Many, many signals coming from the blue shirts here on the near and far sides of the camera. Another service. Driven straight into the nylon. The Knights are going to get the ball back. Knights are going to try and fire themselves back up to get going here. Jalen Knight checks in here to take the service. A hard swing from Wingen. Gets pummeled home, trickled down. That's going to be a point for Bard. That's going to send Fernanda Julian to the line for another service. A heavy, heavy left-handed swing, again, from the outside quarter here. You don't usually see that frequently. Of course, see all sorts of weird things every day. Whatever works, as they say. Slow build up to the service here. A looping cross in. A middle ball for Scala as she hammers it home. That's going to be in. A not-so-heavy swing, but a very precise swing is going to put that straight into the floorboards. As the Knights are getting fired back up, and Seymour is going to be back on the line for the service. The ball that hits the tape, that's going to fall straight over for a service ace as the Knights hit a little emote on their side. The Knights in white on the left, of course. Raptors in black on the right for those just joining us. The Seymour is back on the line. Another deep one driven in. Difficult pass there. De La Cruz takes a swing. That's going to be dug up by the Knights. Right down Broadway for Scala. That's going to get deflected in for a point. Scala heating up here in this second set. A hard swing. That's going to get the Knights another point. 17-12 Knights. Inching closer to that set total if they want. 2-0. Seymour with another service. A line drive in that gets pushed around. Tipped. And a point for the Knights. I believe a net violation. I believe the one-hand forward is a net violation. Yes, as a timeout is taken by the Raptors. And the Knights are going to hit a little bit of a celebration going into this huddle here as they are heating up and running away with this set. Catch them if you can. Some tunes breaking out here during the timeout. Moment for me to calm down just a little bit. As the crowd here is actually building up quite a bit. Unsure who's on what side here tonight because Bard, of course, is their tertiary color is red, but it is Sickle Cell Awareness Night, and you are encouraged to wear red upon entrance. So I'm going to say these are all Mount St. Mary College fans wearing the appropriate attire for tonight's theme night. Timeout is coming to an end here. I believe we'll resume with Seymour on the line. I do have to mention how very, very sleek and stylish these Knights uniforms look. I believe last year they were all black. This year is blue with white with an ombre blue on the sleeves. As we resume, I will finish up with yapping. Line drive is driven into the back. A bump set and a swing. And it's going to be hit home by De La Cruz. Bard's going to take this ball back. 13-18 deficit. Wintgen to the line. So Knights make some adjustments here. Serve receive as they call it. Motion's being called up by the Knights. A deep serve driven in. Gets popped up. Down Broadway is Williams. Gets miscommunicated by Bard. And the Knights are going to take the ball back. A very, very precise swing. Fundamental swing from downtown. Usually they call that white from the back row up that middle channel, but everyone, I believe, has different callings for it. Williams to serve. A sidewinding ball that gets spun around. It's going to be a free ball for the Knights. See what they do with it here. Fredericks with a great set. Simone with a heavy swing. Another free ball coming through for the Knights. Whoa, Taylor with a heavy swing that gets deflected. A sidewinding ball is going to fall into the floor. Fredericks with a wonderful back set here. Dylan lets it eat. Every amount of that shoulder mobility coming through to hammer that ball in. As Williams takes another service. Hard hit ball to the back, just falls out of bounds. A little bit too much mustard on the hot dog, as my dad would say. And Lima will check back in here for the Knights. And that will send Alex Beer to the line for Bard for another service. And her one leg sleeve she's got on. A dropping ball, dips down. Lima can't control it. Unlucky break for the Knights as Bard takes a point back, 15-20. Getting into the latter half of this set here, Bard needs to do whatever they can do to try and keep themselves above water here. Beer with the service. Dug up by the Knights. Fredericks with a high set. Simone pushes one through with pure power. De La Cruz tries to push one down. The Knights dig it up. Free ball for Bard. There's a set and a swing comes through. Another free ball for Bard. See what they'll do with it. A heavy swing gets dug up once again by the Knights. Who's going to stop them? Bard with another call and response. Takes a deflection. It's going to be Bard point. A wonderful rally there from both sides. Just trickling out of bounds for the Knights. Unlucky break. Flitty with a hard swing from the Bard's bench side. Unfortunate break for the Knights. This Beer's going to be back on the line. A push serve is getting spun up by the Knights. A swing by Dylan's going to get dropped in here. A tough one for Bard. A free ball for the Knights. See what they'll do with it here. A heavy swing by Simone gets dug up by Bard. And a free ball coming through for the Knights once again. Ball pushed to the deep post. Ooh. And a violation. A two-hand violation called on the Knights. That's just so unlucky. I believe that was called on Simone there. Oh. Brutal break. Bard's going to get another point here. 17-20. Beer back to the line once again. Passed up. A little bit of a deep one. Hard swing from Simone. It's going to get home anyways. A fadeaway jumper, as they would say, from downtown. Simone rolls onto the back, and it's going to fall home for the Knights as Lima's going to come to the line here for the service. A remarkable swing from way outside. It's going to give the Knights a 21-17 lead as Aaron Lima is going to take a swing from the back row here. Drops one in. Bard adjusts themselves. A monster kill block by Lavelle and Simone. An emote comes out from the bench of the Knights. Put straight back home. They said try this if you want it. You're not going to get it. De La Cruz on a hard swing there. Gets stuffed all the way home. As Lima back to the line. A high sidewinding pass gets pushed home by Lawrence. A crispy set. Smooth as butter. Spike. as Bard is going to get this ball back. De La Cruz going to be at the service line here. A deep floating ball in. Shallow pass from the Knights. What will they do here? Free ball coming in for Bard. See what they do with it. Another hard swing. Another kill block from Simone and Lavelle. The left-sided duo cannot be stopped. 23-18 Knights. And Knight Nation is rolling as we have quite a few people that have funneled into this gym here. Dylan with the service. A deep drooping ball. It's going to be a free ball for the Knights. See what they come up with. Another heavy swing from Simone, just out of bounds. All of Bard's bench signaling for out of bounds. I would call it obvious, but it is very difficult to see these lines, especially from the stream, I'd assume. I can hardly see the lines. So Bard will fight back for a 19-23 deficit as a service comes through here. An errant pass from Lima, just hardly sidewinded, unlucky there. This Bard is going to crack 20 points for the first time in this game. That's going to be 23-20 Knights. As Anika Flitty is going to be back onto the line here to punch this ball away. Hard ball driven and low. Seymour just barely misses the dump. Unlucky. That's going to give Bard another point, 21-23. It's the Knights need to take a breather and figure it out here. The girls reconvene. They get ready for serve receive here. Flitty with yet another service. A great pass up through the middle. Lavelle taps one over. See what the Raptors come up with. A heavy swing and a large ball from Lavelle. Spinning straight back home. Return to sender. A monstrous swing from Wintgen, but Lavelle says absolutely not. This is my house, and you don't get to do what you want. Simone to the line here. Set point, 24-21 Knights. A free ball coming in for the Mount. A heavy swing, bound to happen. A sidewind, a back spinning spike coming out from Lavelle, just hardly misplaced. It's going to fall out of bounds. It's going to be 22-24. Bard behind here as Ulinas is going to be to the line for the service in the white t-shirt. Of course, the liberos wear different shirts for those who don't know. Hapless point of information as we get underway here. A deep pass pushed up by Seymour and dropped in by Williams as it gets batted around by Bard. That's not going to have quite enough distance. That's going to be 25-22 Knights for set number 2. As the Knights take a 2-0 lead here in this match on Tuesday night. Clock is striking 7:53 as we'll be back in just a moment. 2-0 Knights. And we're hopping back in here at the 52nd mark. Less than a minute to go to get underway for this third set. Sides will change. I forgot to explain in between every set in volleyball, of course, for those who don't know. You do have to switch sides of the court. Just a courtesy thing, I suppose. I never really understood why you did that. The Knights here leading 2-0 over Bard College. Snai Williams ekes up to 9 kills. Brooke Lavelle following with 7. Brooke Lavelle with 3 blocks, I believe. Unless I'm incorrect, 3 blocks on the day. Very, very impressive from the senior middle blocker. So the Knights take the court immediately. We'll be waiting for Bard's response as Viersma tries to rally the troops and get them back and rolling. Entertaining one so far for volleyball fanatics and volleyball casuals. A lot of offense coming from the Knights. Heavy swings are always a fun thing to watch. It's my favorite part of the sport. You gotta love a good kill. As freshman outside hitter Nicolette Hero checks in for the first time tonight, I believe. She was the team's leading kill haver, or kill leader, in their last match against Yeshiva, and was awarded Knight of the Week for her performance. So shout out Nicolette. As if any of the team knows who I am. But welcome back in, everyone. We'll be getting resumed here soon. My name is Bob Hauk. For those just joining us, set number 3 to be underway very shortly. And the Knights also adding in senior middle blocker Mackenzie Warmoth, I believe also checking in for the first time. Skylar Kellum making a few adjustments here late in the set. Got to get everyone some reps at the end of the day. Still getting some complaints about volume and such. I apologize. I kind of have no idea what I'm looking at. There's a whole lot of knobs. Pause. And I am not an audio expert, so I hope this set and rest of match will turn out all right, as Fredericks will be getting us underway. A dipping ball comes in deep as a hard swing comes up right down the middle, and Warmoth with a kill block on her first play of the match. First down, first set for Spike. Goes straight back to the sender from Warmoth. A monster block from the senior. Sophia Fredericks gets us straight back into the action. Deep set popped up high. A looping outside ball gets tapped over as the Knights will try and reset. Very hard swing from Simone, gets dug up perfectly. So the Raptors are going to try and push one back. Oh, a difficult call on the back line there. Simone thought it was going to trickle out, just hardly touched the back row as the linesman was there all the way. Unsure. I believe that was Wintgen on the swing. I could be extremely wrong. I apologize. Fernanda Julian back to the service. Away we go. Looping ball in. Gets shanked off to the side. It's going to be a service ace for the Bard Raptors as the Knights try and reconvene here. Early in the set, of course. Far too soon to hit the panic button. Nothing to worry about. So the Knights have been comfortable getting into the mid-legs of the sets. Hard service goes to the top of the tape. That's going to fall down on the Bard side. Be a service error for Bard. It's a little sort of dance move is hit by our exchanging liberos, Pollock and Lima. And number 24, Jalen Knight, is going to check in here for the service. Tied 2-2. And away we go. Looping ball in. Gets trickled over. Slight receiving mistake from the Knights. It's going to be Bard ball. An unlucky break there. It happens. Sometimes balls fall the wrong way, and there's nothing you can do about it. Wintgen with a hard service, punches it straight into the nylon, and the Knights are going to get this ball back. A very different pace and different tone to this set to start us off in number 3. As Lima comes to the line here. The ball trickles onto the court. Great save by a viewing athlete as service gets dropped in low. Free ball coming out from the Raptors. See what the Knights do here. Hard swing from Williams as she's going to put one home. Gets way above the block. Jumpman-esque, going to smash one down into the hard wood. Fredericks with a wonderful two ball there. Just drops it above her head. That's all you got to do. Let Fredericks do the, let Williams do the rest. Slima gets us with another service here. Deep ball in, gets trickled off of a Bard set of arms. That's going to be a point for the Knights and a little emote once again for Lima and crew. 5-3 Knights here early as we're getting into the middle parts of the set. The mount rolling as they have been this whole night. Another hard service in. A deep swing coming out from Bard. The ball is dug up. Great middle from Fredericks and Lavelle. So that's going to be punched home for another point. Errant pass from Bard. The Knights are starting to find their flow here in the middle of this set. Another service off and away. Very, very deep service. Punched up high. A great bump set from Bard as that's going to get dug up by the Knights. Another swing coming out from Bard. Hard swing got dug up by the Knights again. Ball pushed deep by Simone, just hardly out of bounds. And some adjustments are going to be made by both sides here. Beer is going to come to the line for the Bard Raptors to try and reignite their offense. 6-4 Knights as we keep pushing forward here at this late night juncture. A little bit of an errant pass. A swing from Williams is going to make Raptors uncomfortable. Another hard swing from Bard. It's going to trickle home. Flitty with a hard swing off an errant pass. Not going to let anything come for free to the Knights. Bard fed up with giving away points. Says no more. Spear is back to the line with her one leg sleeve. Hard service goes well over Lima's head. That's going to be a point for the Knights and multiple substitutions. 7-5 Knights here as number 4, Allison Kenny, will be giving away the service. A looping floater into Bard's half as a soft swing from De La Cruz is going to hit into straight nylon. That's going to be a point for the Knights. 8-5 Mount. As Kenny will be back to the line with another service right in front of the Mount bench. Some hard spikes on the floor to get herself set. Away we go. A winding ball. That's going to fall in and find some wood. That is a wonderful service and another wonderful dance move from the Knights side. They're very coordinated in their celebrations. Reminds you of a 2010s football team, reminiscent of Antonio Brown and crew. Apologies for the football reference. Away we go with another service. Topspin ball gets dropped in as a hard swing comes out from Flitty. That's going to fall home. That's a point for Bard. Service will be given back to the black and red. Block was there from Lavelle and crew and company. Ball just trickled home sometimes. Gets it hard enough, it falls through some hands and falls straight down. Reinhardt with the service. An errant pass from the Knights. It's going to be a free ball for Bard. See what they do with it here. An attempted dump from Bard goes haywire on the Knights side. Seymour just couldn't push it back over correctly. An unlucky break and another point for Bard. It's 97 Knights. Reinhardt with another service from the back here. A hard driven back ball. Seymour with the set. Lavelle hammers one home. That's going to fall down for a Knights score. 10-7 Knights. Very hard swing from Lavelle. Let one eat there. Full rotational motion from the arm. Hammers one home on top of the ball. That's one of those sweet ones where you just feel the cushioning of the ball in your hand. And you're like, yeah, this is all mine. Service from Simone comes out. Deep looping ball gets punched into the ceiling. Flitty with a hard swing off of an errant pass. It's going to get deflected down for a barred point. That was impressive. I'm a Mount St. Mary College student, but I will be very willing to accept when other schools make great plays, and that was a great play. Anika Flitty back to the line after a very impressive swing off of an errant pass. Tape on all fingers, sign of a good hitter. The ball driven in deep by Simone, reset by Bard, hammered straight back down by the Knights, but it's dug by Bard. A swing gets into the back. Wintgen with a looping cross that falls down on the Knights' side. Still smiles from Mount St. Mary. Obviously, no panic button hit yet. I believe it's 10-9 Knights. I thought it was 10-10. I apologize. I'm losing track of the game as I'm watching it. Hard service driven into the back, an errant pass. Free ball being pushed over for Bard to work with. A hard swing gets pushed straight out of bounds by Lawrence. That's going to be a Knights ball, Knights point. Getting lost in my own thesaurus. So a couple more changes are made for the Knights. Number 5, Isabella Montemagno, coming in for the first time tonight, I believe. The service well deep to the Bard line. Wintgen takes a heavy heave at one. Resets the play. Heavy swing from Hero, gets put straight down. Falls just out of bounds, and that's going to be a Knights point. A monstrous block from Bard's right side, but Pirro gets one to fall out of bounds. That's going to be a much needed point to keep the Knights rolling here. Bard pops one up well. Lawrence tries to push one down. The Knights dig it. Would have been a free ball if they could have pushed it over. Unluckily, falls down to the floor. It's going to be Bard point and Bard ball. Linus coming in here to take the service from the back line, the white jersey on the far left of your screen. I don't know how much you can see. We do not have professional level cameras, but gets the job done. Some more fans are trickling in here towards the end of this match. Excitement is building around the gymnasium as we're awaiting something of some sort. Silence has fallen upon the gym, as I believe something with lineups is being adjusted. I don't have ears on the actual table itself, so I don't know what they're doing down there. Ulinas with the service. Drops one in. Dug cleanly by the Knights. Big swing from Pirro. Goes for the cut shot. Can't quite put it in where she wants it. It's going to be Bard ball there. Very tough shot to go for there. Quite impressive to cut the ball that hard on the outside of your hand. Just couldn't keep it in play. Another deep service driven in. Clean pass from the Knights. Dropped in by Pirro, and there's a kill. Finger rolled over the top of the block. Come a little higher. I'll push it even further, says Pirro as some more adjustments are made. I believe Fredericks is checking in for the service. Number 12, Sophia Fredericks, a junior from Washingtonville, which is not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. Fortunately, I have no New Yorkers to spot check me in this moment. And away the service goes. An awkward pass gets tapped back over by Vasso. Pass gets mildly booted by the Knights, and that's going to be Bard ball. 12-13 is the score here. A very contested set at the moment. Julian to the line to serve for Bard. Some very impressive looking red and white shoes all of the Bard girls are wearing. I'm quite impressed by those. It's a wonderful set is played by the Knights. Williams goes to roll it, hits it into the bottom of the tape, and that's going to tie us up at 13 apiece. Fernanda Julian back to the line to serve once again. Fernanda, a first year from Rybrook, New York. Don't know where that is, but sounds like a cool place. So the ball is popped up here on a pass. Williams takes a roll at it, drops it back in. Bard will reset. Heavy swing from Win Chen. That's going to give them their first lead deep into this set, as that ball is going to trickle down for a point. That's going to give Bard a 14-13 advantage, because that'll send Julian back to the line once again. Win Chen, a heavy swing there. Impressive left-handed swing. Hard to keep it down when you push the ball so hard. It's like a sledgehammer coming through on top of it. Deep serve driven into the back. It's going to float over the line. That's going to be Knight's ball, 14-14. Just out of play, as Knight is going to check in here for a service. Checks with the staff, gets the whistle, and we'll be back underway. Ball driven in low, gets dug up by Bard. A heavy middle, that's going to get deflected out. That's going to be Bard point. Zania Vasso with a hard swing right down Broadway. Deflects it off the middles of the mount, and that's going to leave Becca Wintgen for the service to the line. That wide left-handed swing coming through again. Dug up. First time swing from Simone just goes out of bounds. It's going to make it 16-14 Bard. Some minor difficulties coming out here from the Knights. Of course, it's hard to stay so red hot for so long as another service comes in deep. Ball gets put up again. Simone with a hard swing. Could be a free ball coming through from Bard. As a swing gets put straight into the net. Some insurance there from the middle blockers of the mount. That ball's going to trickle down. 15-16, Mount losing by 1. Lima at the line. Ribbons intertwined with hair. And the service underway. A hard service gets shanked by Bard. A heavy swing coming through from Flitty. Well out of bounds. That's going to be a tie game. 16-16. We're all knotted up here late into the night. 8 p.m. actually, but it is close to my bedtime. As Lima will be back, stand on the mount of the Mount St. Mary College watermark for another service. A hard service gets shanked into the roof. A free ball potentially coming through from Bard. See what the Mount can reconvene here. First with a great set. Lavelle taps it over, gets pushed back over by Bard. Another free ball coming through for the Knights. Very heavy swing from Simone. Hit the side of the Knights. That's not going to be a reset ball. That's going to be 4 hits, and that's going to be Bard's point. Of course, for any couch coaches or anyone who's unaware, if the ball hits the tape and deflects back, that does not count as a refresh of your touches. It has to hit someone on the other side for it to refresh your touches. That ball there hit the top of the tape. Spear drives one off the tape, and that's going to be a Knights ball, 17-17. We keep pushing on. A crazy third set here on this Tuesday evening as some more adjustments are made. Too many names for me to track. I apologize, as Kenny's going to come to the line for another service. Knights looking for that illustrious third set to get the sweep. Best of 5 is what we play in college. What they play, I'm not on the court. It's Kenny. Hammers one away. An errant pass and a service ace for Kenny. And an emote coming back out from the Knights. The girls are rolling and the Knights are flying. Lots of cheers coming from the crowd as we are nearing towards a set point. A high, deep pass from the Bard Raptors. A tough swing from Flitty. He's going to put one home, then impressive off the left side once again. Going to roll into the back there, and that's going to give Bard a point. That's going to send Reinhardt to the line for the service. Low looping service is going to hit the floor for a service ace, and Bard's going to retake the lead, giving them a 1-point advantage. An unlucky break for the Knights. Never easy when you have 3 serve receive and they drop one in low on you. Rough way to give him a point. Middle coming through from Lavelle. Pushes one home. A free ball coming back from Bard. A jousting match is lost at the net by Lavelle. Lawrence hammers one home. That's going to make it 20-18 Bard as we continue on with this crazy set 3. Reinhardt back with a service. Drops in another one. Pass well by Lima. Lavelle with a heavy swing. Going to put one through the floorboards. In the back of the court. Going to tuck one into the corner there. So Lavelle is going to put the Knights back into this match. She is going to be stepping into the service line. And a 19-20 disadvantage. The Knights try to fight their way through for a three-set sweep. Standing well back of the court here, a jump serve to be imminent as more adjustments are made. Substitutions being tracked by the blue shirts, of course. And here we go. Deep sidewinder, served in, and that's going to be a tie game. Another service ace from the Knights. More dance moves breaking out. I love it. That is an absolute blast to watch. A heavy, heavy serve from Simone to tie this one up at 20. As we reset here. Simone with another one. Hard hit ball. Deflected and in. Or out, I apologize. That's going to be a lead for the Knights, 21-20. 2 straight service aces for Simone. Who's going to stop her? Some more excitement builds in the gym. Simone serves one away. Passed up by Bard. A free ball pushed in. See what the Knights do with this one. Swung on by Dylan. Rolls it in. Bard again with another chance. Flitty. Heavy swing. Blocked. Out of play. And Knights ball. A huge block and a deflection is going to go out of bounds for a 22-20 advantage for the Knights as they inch so much closer to that set and match point that they are so desperately trying to find. Simone once again with the serve. Heavy ball in. Deflected and then another service ace. 3 service aces on her rotation. Catch her if you can. You won't. Timeout Bard. 23-20 Knights as we go into the latter half of this set. An exciting one here on a Tuesday night for a non-conference matchup. What's there not to like? Lots of offense, lots of serving, plenty of blocks. An exhilarating matchup. As we will wait through a minute-long timeout break. And both teams will take a minute to breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. I suppose vice versa, actually. I apologize. Nope, I think I had that correct. Huddle breaks early for the Knights, who are reinvigorated and locked in. Some more dance moves coming out from the sideline here as the Knights get excited for this sweep that they are trying to lock up. As Bard gets their way back onto the court here, trying to prevent said sweep. We will hit the end of this timeout break. Simone routinizing herself on the mount watermark. As the whistle comes through and another service underway. A deep one in, popped up high by the Bard. A heavy swing, not so heavy swing from Flitty. As the middle's popped up by Lavelle. Lavelle with another swing, loses the joust. Gonna get called for 2 touches, or a lift, I apologize. A point for Bard. 21-23, an unlucky break for the Knights. As a free ball gets given back by the Knights off the service. A tip from Lawrence gets pushed up by the Knights. Bounced around by Bard. A free ball coming back from the Knights. We'll see what they do with it. A back row swing from Simone, pushed down by Bard. Get another free ball for the Knights. See what they do with this. A high looping set. Dylan with a hard swing. She's going to put one straight into the floorboards. That's going to put Knights on set point. Match point for those at home. 2-0 Knights. And a near sweep underway here against Bard College. As my excitement is held short here, the substitution is made, I believe. Isabella Montemagno, or Mano, I apologize. There's no pronunciation guide on that one. To the line for the service. A looping ball in. Bard has a tough time with it. Windgen with a swing. A wonderful dig from the Knights. Dylan with another swing. Gets down. Boyd can't get there. That's going to be 25-21. Knights win. 3-0 on the set total. The Knights are going to take this one home in a clean sweep in their home opener. The Sickle Cell Awareness Night and home opener Knights are going to win this one. Not so much with pure ease, but with 3 sets on straight sets, as they would say in tennis, as the girls get fired up here right in front of the home crowd. Been an entertaining one to watch, and my first of the season. I cannot wait to be back with everyone who is watching me. My name is Bob Hauk. It's been a pleasure to take you guys through this match tonight, as I hope you can hear the excitement coming from the white side of the court. This has been an absolute dandy, and I thank everyone for watching. Have a good night.